The film begins with a young girl, Joey, effortlessly climbing her home's cabinets like a pro. Her small hands grip the wood, and her feet find footholds in unlikely spots. She moves swiftly and accurately, clearly comfortable with heights. Sitting on the window ledge, she gazes over the city, feeling the thrill of being atop the tallest building. Fast forward 20 years, Joey wakes up with the morning rush all upon her. Late for work, she hurries around her apartment as time slips away. Just as she's about to leave, her phone rings. It's Michael, her younger brother, needing a favor because he's stranded at the embassy and can't get home. Despite the ticking clock, Joey sighs and agrees to help. When she arrives at the embassy, she's surprised to learn Michael has been in Africa for 15 years and is just now back in London. The day drags on, and Joey offers to take Michael to her office. Just as they're about to leave, disaster strikes. Joey's motorbike breaks down. With no other choice, they dash through the busy streets to catch a bus. 30 minutes later, Joey arrives at her office, the skyscraper's glass doors towering before her. She turns to Michael, asking him to wait in the lobby while she takes care of her tasks. However, as she enters, it becomes evident that Joey doesn't have a conventional job. She's a window cleaner, high above the clouds, risking her safety to make the glass shine. Inside the elevator, she encounters a colleague, her pregnancy evident. Curious, Joey inquires why she's not on maternity leave yet. With a weary smile, her colleague explains that her boss won't permit it until next week. When the elevator doors open, Joey heads directly to her workstation, grabbing her tools and securing her harness with a precision that comes from years of experience. Hanging from the skyscraper, she displays no fear, only focus. The wind howls, but Joey's steady hands remain unwavering as she begins her work. Meanwhile, Michael is stuck in the lobby, boredom setting in. He looks around and decides to explore upstairs. Meanwhile, the building's owners, two brothers, are surrounded by cameras as the media buzzes around them, preparing for a major event to celebrate their success. Back to Joey, who remains concentrated on scrubbing windows high above the city. She isn't alone for long. A male colleague joins her, and they briefly discuss the upcoming event. Moments later, Joey cuts the small talk short. Time is running out, and they need to finish before the party starts. Ultimately, she instructs her colleague to split up and cover more area. Hours pass, the sky darkens, and Joey continues her work, her focus unbroken. Then, unexpectedly, Michael appears on the upper floor, out of breath and looking sheepish, causing Joey's heart to skip a beat. This isn't where he should be. She tells him to go back downstairs immediately, but Michael's tired of waiting. He argues, insisting he's finished with the lobby. Joey's frustration flares. She warns him that if anyone sees him here, she could lose her job. The weight of her words hits him, and reluctantly, Michael backs down, muttering as he leaves. Moments later, Joey's phone buzzes. It's the operator, urgently reminding her to wrap things up as the event is about to start and time is running out. To speed things up, the operator offers a gondola to help her finish the windows faster. Inside, the party is in full swing. Guests have arrived, including the building owner's family. Jeffrey, the elder brother, looks sharp in his best suit, while younger brother Gerald is distracted by plans to meet his partner. Suddenly, a strange group enters, masked and purposeful, easily slipping past security without resistance. Outside, Joey calls the operator, signaling she's done and ready to come down, but she's worried about Michael still roaming the building and likely causing trouble. Just as the operator begins to lower the gondola, chaos erupts. The masked group opens fire, gunning down all the operators in cold blood. After the massacre, two masked figures spring into action, hijacking the CCTV, cutting the electricity, and taking control of the building's digital systems. Meanwhile, Joey is trapped in the gondola, suspended high above the ground. She dials the operator repeatedly, but there's no answer. Her calls are met with silence. The operator is already dead. At the same time, Michael is trapped in a room of his own. The gas lingers thick and suffocating in the air. He tries to remain calm, but the fear of losing consciousness grows with each second. Shortly after, Noah drags the unconscious Gerald towards the other hostages, throwing him into the group. Marcus, cold and commanding, orders Noah to pressure Jeffrey and Gerald for their wealth. It's clear this isn't just a heist. The group's real target is Jeffrey and Gerald's fortune, specifically their Bitcoin holdings on a flash drive. They want that drive and will stop at nothing to get it. Despite the beating, Jeffrey remains silent, his resolve unyielding. Outside, Joey watches in horror through the window. This isn't just chaos, it's a robbery. Determined, she rushes back to the gondola, desperate for help. Inside, Marcus erupts in fury, slamming his fist on the table and glaring at Noah. With Jeffrey's life at stake, Noah's mistake could ruin everything. Noah quickly apologizes, promising no more bloodshed, but his words feel empty as tension rises. As Joey surveys the gondola, her eyes land on a bottle of gasoline carelessly tucked away. A spark of desperation ignites within her. Without hesitation, she pours the gasoline onto the window and sets it ablaze, creating a fiery emergency signal. The flames catch everyone's attention below, and panic spreads as onlookers rush to report it, knowing the police will arrive soon. In the operator room, Marcus Mann curses under his breath, realizing what happened. The window cleaner catches Marcus's attention, prompting him to coldly order Noah to secure Joey before she causes more trouble. Meanwhile, Gerald, desperate to escape, bolts for his room, but Marcus and one of his female accomplices are right behind him, determined not to let him get away. Back with Joey, Noah finds the gondola and sees her inside, but this time she's prepared. Before he can react, she pulls a screwdriver from her pocket and jams it into the mechanism, stopping the gondola's ascent. The system jams, and Noah's plan fails. Meanwhile, Gerald reaches his room, trembling as he dials the police, but before he can call, Marcus and one of his men burst in with guns drawn. Marcus slams Gerald against the wall, demanding cooperation with cold fury. He strikes Gerald, promising not to hurt him if he reveals where the Bitcoin flash drive is hidden. Just as Gerald is about to speak, Noah enters, gun aimed at him. Marcus quickly tells Noah to lower his weapon, reminding him they agreed not to kill anyone. But without warning, Noah pulls the trigger and Marcus collapses, shock in his eyes. Noah doesn't flinch. He looks at Gerald and mutters an apology, revealing he never liked Marcus. With that, Noah declares himself the new leader, free to do as he wishes. He shoots Gerald in the leg, dragging him back to the interrogation room with the other hostages, a grim smile on his face. Moments later, sirens wail, the police have arrived. Joey's emergency signal worked, but it may be too late. As the rescue team prepares to lift Joey from the gondola, disaster strikes. She slips, her grip faltering. For a terrifying moment, she's dangling dangerously, but with remarkable calm, Joey contacts Detective Ruth, who is on the ground below. Surprisingly, they're not strangers. Joey and Ruth know each other. Joey's voice is steady as she tells Ruth that the priority isn't her rescue, but the hostages inside the building. The robbers are holding them captive, and the police must act quickly. Joey assures Ruth she can make it back up alone, but time is running out for the others inside. Noah's desperation escalates. He straps bomb vests to all the hostages, wired to a wristwatch ticking on his arm. If his pulse stops, they all die. Cornered by the police, he knows the stakes are higher than ever. Soon, Noah calls Ruth directly, his voice cold and threatening, warning the police not to interfere with his plans. Ruth remains unshaken, asserting her duty to pursue criminals like him without backing down. Noah's voice crackles again, cold and unyielding, warning Ruth that if any officer tries to take him down, the entire building will explode. The bombs on the hostages are just the start. He has planted explosives on the lower floors, ready to detonate if the police act. Ruth, determined not to let the criminals win, orders her team to move in cautiously. But as they do, disaster strikes. A massive explosion rips through the building, confirming Ruth's worst fears. Noah's threats were real. Stunned, Ruth makes a hard decision. She cannot risk any more lives. With a heavy heart, she pulls her team back, choosing to monitor from the outside to avoid further endangering the hostages. Just then, her phone buzzes. It's Joey, concerned. She asks about the explosion, and Ruth's grim response explains the horror of Noah's setup. His wristwatch is linked to the bombs. If his pulse stops, the building goes down with him. Joey's steady voice cuts through the tension. Ruth, stay calm. It's my turn now. Ruth listens in shock as Joey reveals she's not just a window cleaner, but a former British Special Forces operative with skills beyond the average civilian. She left the military for a quieter life, finding purpose in her current job. Meanwhile, inside the building, Noah tightens his grip on Gerald, relentless in his questioning, demanding the location of the flash drive containing the Bitcoin. Gerald stands firm, refusing to break his silence against Noah's threats. Outside, Joey works furiously to break through a thick window for entry. Each strike feels futile, her body aching with exhaustion. Just as she's about to give up, a loud crash shatters the air. Someone inside smashes the glass and pulls her through. Joey's heart leaps. It's Michael, alive. Relief floods over her, but there's no time to waste. Without a word, they race toward the operations room, determined to stop Noah before it's too late. Joey and Michael dash through the building but are spotted by 3 of Noah's men. The chase escalates, but Joey quickly leads them into a warehouse, setting a perfect trap. With practiced skill, she takes down 2 men, but the last one corners her, gun aimed. For a moment, it seems hopeless, but then Michael appears, triggering a powerful explosion. The blast sends Joey to safety while the last man is thrown outside. With him out of the fight, Joey and Michael push forward, reaching the operations room. They neutralize 2 more guards and gain control of the CCTV and digital systems. Joey discovers a hidden flash drive containing Jeffrey and Jer's Bitcoin in Gerald's possession. She contacts Noah, informing him that she has the flash drive. Without delay, she heads to the storage room to meet Noah. Before leaving, Joey quickly calls Ruth, letting her know that all systems are back online and Noah can no longer control the building. With the way clear, Ruth orders the rescue team into action. Joey turns to Michael, urging him to wait for the rescue team in the lobby. He hesitates, but Joey reassures him, insisting it's for his safety. Reluctantly, Michael agrees and heads to the elevator. Joey takes a deep breath, her focus sharpening as she approaches the storage room where Noah waits. Upon arrival, she is surprised to find Noah has brought 2 men with him. Without hesitation, Joey takes them down swiftly, her movements precise. Only after they are neutralized does she turn her full attention to Noah, ready for the final confrontation. Elsewhere, the police swiftly infiltrate the hostage room, taking down Noah's guards in seconds and rescuing the hostages, including Gerald, who still wears the bomb vest. Meanwhile, in the storage room, Joey confronts Noah, locking eyes as he demands the flash drive, promising to release the hostages in return. However, Joey doesn't trust him, especially with that high-tech wristwatch on his arm that could detonate the bombs if his pulse stops. She observes him closely, waiting for a mistake. Suddenly, Noah strikes and chaos erupts. A brutal hand-to-hand fight ensues, both using all their strength to overpower the other. The battle continues, neither willing to yield. Finally, Joey gets Noah hanging from the edge of the building's window, desperation in his eyes. His voice cracks with rage as he threatens to trigger the explosion, taking the building down with him. With a calm smile, Joey looks down at Noah, her voice steady. Jump. In the heat of their struggle, Joey had slipped a wristwatch from Noah's arm onto her own, a silent victory amid the chaos. In one swift motion, she overpowers him and decisively throws Noah out of the window. The building is safe, and Noah's reign of terror ends. 30 minutes later, the scene shifts to the evacuation. The medical team quickly guides the hostages to safety. As Joey steps away from the chaos, Ruth approaches, gratitude and admiration in her eyes. She thanks Joey for her bravery, offering her a spot on the police force, but Joey shakes her head, smiling. I prefer being a window cleaner, she says, content with her simpler life. Soon after, Michael appears, and without a word, they share a heartfelt embrace. Then, Michael reveals something that surprises Joey. He's still holding Gerald's flash drive and has no intention of returning it. To her shock, Joey doesn't protest. Instead, she agrees with his decision. As they stand, a knowing glance is exchanged. This is just the start. Together, they are on the verge of immense wealth, and thus, the story concludes.